What's up, guys? My name is Adriel Rivera, and I make music in my shed. Join me today is somebody else who also makes music in my shed, cheese curd enthusiast, Teen James Pres Washington.
That is the damn truth. Thank you for that.
You're
Absolute welcome. Cheese curd enthusiast. The best place for cheese curds around here was Cheddar's in Bolingbrook, and they closed it down, and I'm still pissed about it. Yep.
I didn't know they closed it down.
Gone.
That's crazy.
Gone.
You ever tried the cheese curds at Metro Grill?
No. Do I have to do that?
Yeah. You think you might like them. I think I like them better than Cheddar's.
Okay.
So
we gotta try it out then.
You gotta try it out. Today we're gonna be going over the lyrics and music video for one of my top songs, my only other song that has 1 million streams, "Meant to Be." You excited?
So excited. Excited to watch this music video.
Heck yeah, I haven't seen this music video in a minute. All right, You ready to take a dive into this music video?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
You had me up at 2 a.m. Phone conversations were sweeter than honey. I'm glad you take me as I am. With 2 bumblebees dancing around the peonies. I know you're far above my class, 'cause who wouldn't want you with that kind of body? Get over here and smack my face. 'Cause I can't believe that you'd want me that way. Oh, you stay loose like me, make me move my feet like the food I eat. I hope this one is meant to be. We sleep, all I do is daydream about you lately. I hope this one is meant to be. You can make me vulnerable. All the things that I have told you. But I feel so comfortable. Give me reasons not to trust you. Out my class, everyone wants you with that kind of body. Who disagrees will smack their face. I still can't believe that you'd want me that way. Oh, you stay loose like me, make me move my feet like the food I eat. I hope this one is meant to be. We sleep, all I do is daydream about you lately. I hope this one is meant to be. I hope this one is meant to be. I hope this one it has to be 2 a.m.
Hello.
Hey, I saw your music video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm free now, so let's hang out.
You wouldn't happen to need a ride, would you, sir?
I'm on my way.
Wow.
A little Pres cameo at the end.
Just a little cameo.
That's crazy. And then obviously this song, or maybe not obviously, but this song then goes into the music video, then connects with the On My Way music video, which we had shot and did a video on already. So if you haven't checked it out after this episode, feel free to go check out those episodes on My Way.
Yup.
But yeah. This was one of the first music videos that I recorded with a camera that can shoot, or it is the first music video that I recorded with a camera that can shoot in log. So I had a lot of color range, and I was able to mess around with the stuff in a more creative way with colors. But there are some things about this music video that, like, you know, I definitely would fix and change, because I know how to use an S log, or not even S log, but just a log camera better now.
Yeah.
But yeah, first attempt with a log camera. And what do you think about it? What do you think about this video?
I think it was great.
Yeah.
I think it was really, really great. Like, I really enjoyed this music video. I remember you know, being there when shooting it and all that stuff
Yeah.
and helping out and
Yeah.
good times, man.
My main production assistant over here. It was just me, you, and Emma doing the whole thing. Right, we didn't really get any help in any other regard, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And I think it's turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely, like, looking back at it now, there's definitely a lot of things that I feel like I would change in the storyline to make it make more sense. I think, but regardless, I still think visually it's a really good like, visually looking video, and I think I really pushed my limits with what I could do with music videos with this one, specifically with like the bee animations and stuff like that. Like I still looking at that, I'm like, those are solid, those are pretty cool,
So cool.
like just looking at the animation of the bees, let me go back to, like, let me see, where do I have like the bees spinning around the flower? It's like more towards the beginning, no? Oh yeah, over here. Like these bees spinning around the flower. Like I specifically made it so that when they go behind the flower, they're out of focus, and then when they come back in front of the flower, they're out of focus, and they're only in focus when they're in the same like line of focus with the flower.
Yeah.
And so it's like I really put in the time and effort to, like, you know, do all those details to make it like fit. And yeah, like, I mean, I'm proud of like those little small things.
Yeah. People don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
And especially if you've never done anything like this when it comes to, you know, video production,
right?
Like, you definitely don't realize all of those little things that go into it.
Yeah. But it came out pretty good. But yeah, so
I'm jealous of how it looks. Like I gotta study up and figure out how I can get there. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Definitely there's some shots that look better than others.
Yeah.
I definitely remember being really frustrated with the color grading for a lot of the shots, and also like the green screen compositing for like putting myself inside the video, or putting multiple versions of myself inside the video. Like the green screen compositing was a pain, and didn't come out perfect, unfortunately. But we worked through it, and we got a product, you know.
Yeah.
And we finished it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's pretty good. But what are your thoughts? Do you anything you want to comment on?
I'll say I love it. I am so glad that we did the whole meant to be video tied in the On My Way video. I think that was just like a really cool concept.
Yeah.
And then I had a question. It's a personal question because I'm curious.
Yeah.
How difficult is putting something on a phone screen, like artificially putting something on a phone screen?
Oh, okay. So, why, you got plans for that for your music video?
Possibly.
So, it was a headache to do because for whatever reason, I used After Effects to motion track the phone screen and then composite a different like self animated screen on there. And the problem with it was that there's just like some weird thing going on with the motion tracking that it was just like not placing the screen where it was supposed to be. So it wasn't perfect. But the process itself was just like, it's not hard, at least to me. Like, I don't think it's a hard thing. It's just a tedious, long process because it's just a lot of computing power that the computer needs to do to export and like render everything.
Okay.
But in terms of actually like practically doing it, I remember was like I got a green screen graphic on my phone with like some dots for tracking points, and just had it on the entire time so that it could be tracked. And so it's not super difficult, but it's just tedious. I don't recommend it necessarily, but it sometimes, like, I mean, it worked out for these shots and stuff.
Well, beautiful. That's all I needed to hear because I was about to do it. I was about to record it on Sunday for something I want to post on Tuesday, but we will now not be doing that. So thank you.
I mean, like, you have the iPhone 15. Your screen should be able to get bright enough so that, like, if you did it on camera, it show up enough that you could just, like, use your phone screen for it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotta do that.
So, yeah. I'm not endorsing the iPhone, by the way.
It sounds like it.
I mean, like, although I have an iPhone, I used to have Android. There's some things that I don't like about iPhone, but it's solid for my experience. So far.
Just out of curiosity, which one do you have currently?
Which iPhone?
No, so you have an iPhone currently?
Yeah.
So in my head, it's almost as if you prefer that.
No, it's because the reason why I got a new phone is because my old phone was like messing up on me. The battery was dying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what phone? I asked my older brother. I trust him. My older brother for like phones. What should I get? You know, and he's like, get either the Samsung Galaxy, whatever, that one that he's like currently uses or like is planning or like has like one of his phones is in that line, or the phone that he uses is in that line. Or the iPhone. He's like, you can just get the iPhone. It's like the standard, you know. And I'm not saying the iPhone's bad, but I'm not saying it's like league superior.
Okay.
But it's pretty good. I mean, I'm enjoying my experience.
I mean, you have one, and you don't have the other.
But I had the other for years, and there are things about the other that I genuinely miss.
I mean, I believe you, but you switch teams. You know, which is not an easy thing to do.
It's not. No, it's not. I do like that this battery lasts me basically like the whole day.
There it goes, guys. He prefers iPhones, and that's okay.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
To the lyrics, shall we? Unless you have anything else that you want to point out.
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm starting off topic though. If that's
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. You
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah. Let's move into the lyrics.
All right. So, you had me up past 2 a.m. Just opening up with that. So, just out of curiosity, with your lifestyle and being a creative entrepreneur, what's your schedule like? Like, when do we wake up? When do we go to bed? Like, on average?
During the school year, which I don't go to school, but my little brother does, and I'm typically his like guardian for most of the day while my dad's at work and stuff. So during the school year, when my little brother goes to school, I have a pretty good schedule because it's like I can just follow my little brother's schedule because I don't have to be home when he's at school. So I can just, when in the morning, I have to wake up to get him ready. And if I'm already up getting him ready, I'm just going to stay up for the rest of the day and get my work done. And so during the school year, it's a very consistent wake up around 7:30, 7 to 7:30. And then like finish around like closer to 4 with my work, 3:30 to 4. And sometimes I'll like recently this year I've been going over that just like, because I have the extra time to go over, like why not just fill my entire free time with something to do? So like most of the time that's like that's my schedule though. Wake up around 7:30, around 8:30. Either start working or go to the gym, and then like I'll be in the gym for like an hour and a half, and then work from then on. But yeah, so that's my schedule. So going to bed is like during the school year, my little brother's school year, preferably like early 10 o'clock would be great. It's usually around 11, 12. Now it's the summer. There's like no schedule. I'm just kind of waking up willy nilly. Today I woke up early, which it always feels so much nicer to wake up early. In my opinion, I would much rather wake up early than late, and go to sleep early than go to sleep late because it's just like the for some reason sunrise just feels so different. Like you feel like refreshed almost, even if you're a little tired. It's like being in the sunrise. In the sun, it's just like there's a feeling about it. So I would always prefer waking up early than being like a night owl if I can, but my sleep schedule's all over the place right now, so
It happens. It happens. Yeah, I think when summer hits for a lot of people, the sleep schedule breaks down a bit.
For real. What about you?
Yeah, I'm all over the place. Recently, waking up at 8, and then I'm supposed to be going to sleep at like around midnight. It's
Bro doesn't
variable.
do it.
Yeah, it's like it could be 11, it could be 1, it could be 2.
Yeah.
It's in that gap, but I've been pretty consistent recently of
I
waking
see.
up at 8. But yeah.
How
a
how you enjoying it? 8 o'clock, is that a good time? You recommend it?
I would endorse an 8 o'clock wake up. I do like that. Possibly you might even go earlier, but I also think that you can create that productivity at whatever time.
Yeah.
But I do think that like the early morning vibe helps in that process.
For sure.
You know?
It's got to be something about like the quiet,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
calm quiet.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to do with it.
No, absolutely. Just being able to get like deep work done.
Right.
Yeah. There's less distractions and stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. You ready for the next thing?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm glad you take me as I am. With that, I'm curious as to, me and Jake had a really good conversation about this, but when you're meeting new people, do you feel as though you have like you put up a big front or anything, or do you think you're very natural and comfortable in yourself and put your entire authentic self out there with each new person you encounter?
I think I definitely put my authentic self out there. I think, but the thing is, like, there's levels to your authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Like, my conversations that I have with you is not the same level as I would have with a stranger,
Yeah.
And although I'm still being my authentic self with a stranger, it's not, like, it's not the same level of authenticity that I am with you or that I am with, like, my girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
And I think with different people, we have different, I guess, quote unquote, personalities. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The way you act with me is probably different than the way that you act with your brothers.
Yeah.
But like, just because there's different, I guess, personalities that we switch through as people doesn't mean that any of them are any less authentic to who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm the way that I act around my girlfriend is different than the way that I act around you.
Thank
you
God.
know?
You start calling me babe and stuff, we have problems.
For real. But like, even in terms of like my unhingedness, like, I feel like
Yeah.
I could get pretty unhinged around you, but I get like very unhinged around her. It's like, like, jokes are wild, with her, and then going back to this whole, I'm glad you take me as I am. This song wasn't about anyone specific. Like, this was just like how I would want, my future to be, like, in terms of like, how I feel about the next person. And that was like a big thing of like, I just want the person that I'm with to take me as I am, And so it's like being able to truly just be the most unhinged version of myself around my girlfriend, and her just like find it, hilarious.
Yeah.
Sometimes cringe, but like, she accepts it still. It's what I want. It's what I want. It's what I wanted. And so, like, yeah.
And I love that for you, man. And I remember when we weren't doing anything. It was you when you were starting to talk to your girlfriend. I remember you saying how you appreciated how unhinged you felt that you could be, and how she also helps to like match that energy. And so, like, love that for y'all,
Yeah, thank you.
So you said that you just said that this is not about any specific person or situation or anything, which
Yeah.
So my next question is gonna fall flat, but the quote was, "I hope this one is meant to be," and I was just gonna ask, was it?
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't about anybody specifically, yeah, I mean, I feel like in terms of relationships, yeah, I think all you can do is hope. You never know the future with your relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and things like that. But yeah, all you can do is hope that it's meant to be.
True. So this next quote, you said, "Who needs sleep? All I do is daydream about you lately." Curious, is that like a literal thing, or are you just talking figuratively, or do you actually be having those daydreams and you're like, all right, I gotta lock in?
Actually, it's funny because like, well, I mean, not nowadays, but I definitely like back in like high school, middle school, specifically, yeah, like I would daydream about like my crushes and stuff. You know, I actually, have you ever, like, did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably like a human experience,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, but like definitely like, I think the older, at least I've gone, maybe other people still daydream about their crushes and stuff, but like, you know, I mean, the older I've gone, priorities change, your like hormones start to balance out. So it's
Right.
like, you know, I'm not daydreaming, as much, but you know, but like, yeah, that feeling though, I think it's more of a metaphorical sense of that young love feeling.
Yeah.
Like I like this person gives me is like what I was trying to go for.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Are you, in general, are you a daydreamer? Like, do you just be sitting there and zoning out sometimes and like thinking about other stuff?
You know, I think I used to be more of a daydreamer, but I'm definitely more of a ruminator now, you know? And so like I think the difference that I would consider those two, daydreaming is more of like you're I guess fantasizing about situations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like for example, it could be like, oh, like, oh, I can't wait till like I'm performing on stage and just imagining how that would be like performing on stage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I definitely would probably do that a lot more often back in maybe high school, middle school, definitely middle school and elementary school. Like, you know, as a kid, I feel like you're a lot more daydream imaginative.
Yeah.
But ruminating is more of like you're constantly like going over something like a scenario in your head that maybe is like already played out or like, you know, you think could possibly play out, you know, and that's what ruminating is. So definitely not the healthiest thing to do, you know, but I definitely am more of a ruminator nowadays than I am a daydreamer.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's the evolution, guys.
That's the evolution. That's the pipeline right there, and you just keep going. No, I'm with you on that. Next quote. "You can make me vulnerable. All the things that I have told you, but I feel so comfortable." Are you a vulnerable person?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty, I think I'm a pretty open book most of the time. I don't really have many things to like hide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty upfront with my feelings and stuff like that.
Do you enjoy that vulnerability, or is it scary, or is it relieving, or?
No, I enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. I've always kind of, because some people think, or some people say vulnerability is scary, which I can understand to an extent. Because like we talked about it before on the podcast with like certain songs that I just haven't really talked about, like certain topics on, and you know, that can be, you know, being vulnerable there is like if it's a different feeling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily wouldn't say it's scary per se. It's definitely more, what's the word? Invigorating? No, I don't think that's the right word. Something like that. But it's like you have more power and control of yourself if you're the one being vulnerable, I feel like, in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like if somebody is like if for example, like if somebody's like, if you have acne and somebody's like, you got acne, and you're like, oh no, I don't got acne, as opposed to being like, I got acne,
Yeah.
you know, and like I'm all right with it, you know, like yeah, it makes me sad sometimes, but like if you're just like honest and vulnerable, you take the power back in your hands to be like, this is me, this is how I feel about this, you know, and like this is, yeah, like
Yeah.
you can't, nobody can take the way that you feel about your certain situations, like, you know, from
Yeah.
you. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Might not be the best example, you know, a goofy example. Maybe not. Maybe that's really somebody's situation out there. But anyway, I feel like the example stands. Vulnerability, I feel like, gives you power. So I'm never really too afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah. I find it to be relieving for me because I feel like I hold a lot of stuff in, and then being vulnerable and honest and open is just like getting things out of my head, just bouncing around all the time and just letting it fly.
For sure.
So it feels good to just get it out.
I agree.
All right, this is the last question that I got on here.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who disagrees, I'll smack their face. Have you ever been in any fights?
No, I've never been in a fight, and I hope I never do, because it's like I'm not much of a fighting type person. I would like to think that like if it came down to it, like I could, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I do have my size to my advantage. Yeah. I remember back in high school, there's somebody in choir. I won't say their name, but like he was saying like how he was kind of pointing at all the kids or all the other students, you know. And he was like, I could take you in a fight. He was just pointing out, I could take you in a fight, and then he pointed to me. He's like, I couldn't take you in a fight. He's like, all you have to do is just like run into me and I'd be down. And honestly, yeah, I just need my inertia for most people.
There you go.
But yeah. So yeah, I've never been in a fight. Hope not to ever be in a fight. But that one specific lyric right there, I'm glad that that's the last one that you point out, because I got like tangents that I could go on about that lyric. So I mean, I think it's funny because it's like, you know, smack. It sounds like I'm gonna say like smack there, or well, specifically the first time I do that. Yeah, I'm like smack my, and it sounds like I'm gonna say ass, but then I say like face.
Yeah,
like that was funny, and I like doing it. The second time around though, when I said smack their face, not as strong of a hitting one for me, and my dad had suggested something after the song was like already done and finished and out, where he's like, it would have been funny if you said kick their face, because then that makes more sense to say kick their ass rather than smack their ass. I mean, people would say like, yeah, I'll smack your ass, you know, like, actually, do people say that? I don't know if people say that.
I mean, I feel like maybe accidentally, but then somebody goes, "Ayo,
yeah, no, that definitely would have been more like it would have made more sense to say kick their face, like my dad had said, and I wish I would have written it that way, because I feel like that would have worked so much better.
Bro, it hurts when that happens. It's like just a couple word changes would have made, you know, all the difference.
Right.
But like you only find out about it after the song's out, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, you only
tried so hard.
Exactly.
It could have been a little bit better.
Right. Yeah. Maybe I'll go back into the project, re-record it, and then like swap out the audio.
There you go.
And then
there you go.
Boom, nobody would even know. But yeah.
No.
Right. Right. And then the song, like, wasn't that supposed to be like smack their face? Why does they say kick their face? It's like it's gonna be a Mandela effect.
Yeah. I could have swore, man.
But yeah, so I do kind of wish that I switched that up. Also in the chorus too, where I say like the food I eat, as in like, you know, we're so similar that you even like the food I eat. That one lyric, I like it, but I don't know how much I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like listening to it now, I don't know if I would like switch it out with something else.
You know, I do think that we've talked about that line before.
Yeah.
I think that we did.
Probably, yeah.
I remember when I heard it, I was like, what did he just say? What happened?
Right.
But yeah.
I think I would, if I were to go back and like rewrite it, instead of saying like I eat, like, I think, yeah, we did talk about this, because I would replace that with like IE, as in like the letters, because IE is like, I forget what the abbreviation means, because it's like some Latin abbreviation, but it's for like in other words, right?
Yeah.
But like IE, I hope this one is meant to be in other words. I hope this one is meant to be like, and then like obviously do something like leading into that.
Yeah.
Like something, i.e. I hope this one is meant to be. I feel like that would have been a good use of that rhyme scheme. But again, something I didn't think of at the time.
Happens, man.
But yeah, but that's that.
That's meant to be.
That's meant to be. You know what else is meant to be?
What's meant to be?
You joining my email list. If you guys want early access to my latest releases, feel free to join the email list down below, and you'll get new or early access to my latest releases every month before anybody else hears it. You know what else is meant to be? The next segment of this podcast, which is...
Can I?
Yeah, that I've been trying to get you to say like these last few episodes, and like bro, just not caught on.
Quote of the week. Why'd I just giggle like that?
Because you're excited, bro. He's excited for these quotes.
I really am.
All right, you ready for my quote?
I'm so ready for your quote, dude.
Got me dodging sleep, all because you need time to rest. This is by Pres on his song Mrs.
Wow, that is me.
Yeah,
that is me.
Yeah.
Thanks for choosing me, man.
You're welcome. But yeah, that lyric, got me dodging sleep, all because you need time to rest. That's a good one. Because it's like you're up while she's like, you're up all night while she's not even worried about you, which is crazy. It's crazy, but it's like
pain.
Good choice of words though.
Thank you.
Good what do you call it? Contrast. What is the grammatical term for that? It's not it's like,
I mean,
I
don't know about
contrast.
I
think it might
makes
just
sense.
be contrast. My bad, guys.
I was gonna say juxtapose, but I don't think.
No, juxtaposition.
But
it's juxtaposition. It's got to be juxtaposition. Let's
but
Google
is it?
Define.
Well, I guess it is. Yeah.
That's what I was looking for, actually. Juxtaposition.
Yeah, they are two opposites, I guess.
The fact of two things being seen or placed close together with contrasting effect. We figured it out.
I think that's that.
It's juxtaposition.
There you go.
I like the juxtaposition you put in there.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, that was pain. I'm glad that you picked up on that and caught what I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. It's a good song.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. All right. Time for my quote. You ready?
Go ahead.
So this comes from La Russell, who is a artist, a hip hop artist, big in the independent space, on this podcast called One More Time, which I just started watching, which is cool. You should check it out because they have some cool guests on there that you'd probably really like.
All right.
And he said, some people work for companies, some people run companies, some people own companies, and some people build companies, and some of us do all of them. And so I'm putting that out there as something that I think it's important to be self-aware and kind of know your position and like which of those things do you think that you actually want to do, that you think that you'd be best at, or that are the most wise for you to kind of dive into. Because I think there's a lot of times where I realize that I'm saying that, oh, I want to do this thing, I want to have this thing, but maybe I necessarily don't want to be at that specific level. Maybe you got to pivot into doing something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So I'm gonna stand on that.
Where do you see yourself currently? What are you? Do you? Which one of those are you? Would you say?
So I think there's I do a bit of each of them probably.
Yeah.
In different ways and in the different things that I do.
Yeah.
Like my agency right now, like I'm about to start working on building it, mm-hmm. but at some point I want to be done with that and I just want to own it. Mm-hmm. Like that's the goal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As to where, like when it comes to the artist career, like I'll always be in that building phase. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's certain things that maybe you might be better at doing like the managerial aspect of it, but you're not super great at the boots on the ground, like actually doing the thing. I think that's one thing that I've kind of realized with some things is I'm decent at like organizing it and planning it out and everything, but when it comes to like the execution, sometimes not the best person for the job. And that's that,
Yeah, I get you.
and vice versa.
Yeah, there's always going to be somebody more skilled than you. We can, us as like entrepreneurs, can always get like decent at multiple things. Like I mean, that's kind of our thing, is that we have to be decent at multiple things to make the business run.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, there's somebody that has done that one specific thing that you've learned for like 10 years. While you've been building the entire business for 10 years, that one person has been working on that one part of your business for 10 years.
Yeah.
And so that person's an expert. And like, at some point, if you want it to keep growing, you got to get the experts in.
Yeah.
No matter how much you think you know. I was going to ask you one thing. Do you think working on your manifest media, because I know that you go out and like record like, videos and all that for people and stuff like that. Is that you building your business, or is that you working for your business?
I think that's me working for my business.
I see.
And I want to do more building.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to transition in the next 2 months, is focusing on building it.
And what does that look like?
Sheesh. Content. It looks like content is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And starting an advertising campaign. And I think I'm gonna kind of start off kind of slower to it, and not going all in, but getting a couple more clients, being able to use those case studies to leverage into showing people my capabilities and getting more, upping the price and continuing to build on that. But yeah, content, thinking about possibly like an email list type situation.
I love email lists.
But I don't know. So still gotta figure that out. But I want to come up with a game plan. Just been preoccupied with music at the time.
It be like that. It really do be like that. But hey, that's the life of Pres.
It is, man. It's yep.
You heard it here first, folks. He's gonna be coming out with a book called Life of Pres.
I don't know about that, but I'm definitely doing a book at some point, at least one.
All right. If you guys like this podcast and you want to hear Book of Pres, the audiobook, one day, feel free to rate this podcast 5 stars, because I know you like it, and I know you probably want to rate it 5 stars. You're probably thinking, like, right now as you're listening to the podcast, like, dang, like, I really wish that, like, I could rate this podcast 5 stars. But I'm here to tell you that you can. On Spotify specifically, there's like a 5-star button. Don't go 4 stars. Go 5 stars. All right? Sound good? Thanks. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me and to Pres.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. Thank you guys.
And that is us. That's the end of the podcast.
You're doing great, man.
Appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. We make music in my shed.